Hi, my name is Leslie Hastings, and welcome to video number 11 in the Law of Attraction for Weight Loss series. Today, I'd like to get into really looking at how we can work with our current beliefs, our desire for new beliefs, and I want to give you kind of a soft way to move into that. Anytime anybody tells me I need to change something or I think I need to change something, there's the resistance, okay? My immediate thought is, why? Is there something wrong with me the way I am? So I don't even like to look at changing beliefs. What I like to look at is releasing beliefs that no longer serve me and adopting new beliefs that will get me where I want to go. Remember, we talked about the body being a computer and the thoughts that we think being software. I like to look at this as simply a way to wipe the hard drive clean and put in some pretty new software. Okay. Here's just a little tidbit, especially when you look at word choice: change, lose weight, change, resistance, right? The whole idea here is we want to just release and let go. Release and let go. In fact, you might not even want to lose weight. You might want to release weight because we have a tendency to think that whatever it is that we lose, there's something bad about losing things, so we probably need to go find it again sometime. So this is about releasing things that no longer serve us, including our weight. Now, a lot of times when people look at their list of the beliefs that are no longer serving them and get a little bit overwhelmed and go, you know what, I believed this for a really long time, and I don't see any way to go from, Leslie, you are a worthless piece of garbage, you fat thing, to, Leslie, you're a thin, beautiful child of God. I don't see how I'm ever going to get there. So there's a process I learned a while back from Louise Hay called releasing the need. And what we do is back up. Rather than looking at releasing the belief, because some of our beliefs we really want to hold on to. Remember the payoff I talked about. What we do then is release the need for the belief, okay? And this is really, really effective if you do it in the mirror, okay? Anytime you look in the mirror, you can talk to your eyes, all right? And if you look in the mirror long enough, you'll actually see your divinity, okay? That's where your divinity hides. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you look into your own eyes and you look long enough, eventually you will see a very, very loving being in there. That is your divine self, okay? Your higher self, the part of you that knows you're perfect, all right? The other thing about mirror work and looking into our own eyes is that, generally speaking, when we're kids, when our parents really wanted to get a point across, they looked at us right in the eyes to, drill that point they were making right into our heads, all right? So when we look into our own eyes, we can do the same thing, okay? We can say, this is what we're going to do now. So it can be very, very effective. Some people find that if they've been wallowing in self-hate for a really long time, that this can be difficult to do. Some people start crying. All of that is okay, because all you're doing is rediscovering that loving, gentle being on the inside of you. So what I want to talk about first is releasing the need to hold on to beliefs that you may be having trouble letting go of. So here are the types of things that you can say to yourself. I now release the need for my excess weight. I now release the need to hide behind my excess weight. I now release the need to make my mother right. I now release the need to make myself wrong. I now release the need to blame so-and-so for my life. Release the need. Release the need. And there's a gentle letting go that you'll feel. Because as we talked about before, some of these beliefs served us pretty well in childhood, but they're not serving us now. But we have a tendency to want to hold on to these things. So if you find that some of your beliefs are difficult to release, there's your payoff again, rearing its ugly head. And I don't care what you try to do, payoff always, always, always wins. So this is a way to release the payoff. I no longer I release the need to punish myself with this excess weight. I release the need to use weight to feel safe. I release the need to blame that clergyman for that awful thing he said or did to me. I release the need, release the need, release the need. And this is a very soft way to move into just releasing old beliefs. Because they usually don't go away overnight and they can get a little pesky. And so if you want to say, I now release my weight, and you have this little in there that's going, oh, I don't know, that's what keeps us safe. Are you sure you want to do that? You can't talk this thing down. Look at yourself in the mirror, look deep into your eyes and say, it's okay to let go. We can release, we don't need this anymore. This isn't serving us anymore. And you're actually talking to the child inside. Our inner child, especially if you've had issues from childhood, which most of us do, and this is where most of our beliefs come from, is so used to holding on to things and being hurt, being angry, and wanting to be right, and wanting to prove others wrong, and whatever it is, that it's not used to you saying, it's okay to let go of all of that. Again, your inner child is trying to protect you too. Hey, we needed this. This is what we came up with. This was a really good idea. Well, you know what? You can say to that little child in there, we don't need to do this anymore. We're adults now. We have different things we want to move into, and it's okay to let go. You may want to say to that little child, look, I'm sorry that this is what we had to do. Please forgive me for maybe neglecting you for a little while. I love you. I love you. I'm here now. We can be friends now. We can let go of this. And you'll be surprised. You'll start to feel a relaxing tendency, relaxation come into your body. You just go, oh, boy, is that good news? Okay, excellent. And then you can move forward and put some of these new beliefs, some of this new software will be easier for your mind to accept. Because if there's any point in your life that you're looking at something that you don't like, it's there for a reason. And that payoff that we talked about is that reason. You still feel on some level that you need this. And the great thing about doing the release the need work is that you don't even have to know why you think you need it. Again, this isn't therapy. We're not trying to go backwards and analyze why we think we need this. We may not even remember why we think we need this. And we don't have to. What we can do is tell our insides, we don't need this anymore. Tell your body, I don't need this weight anymore. I am allowing you, I am giving you permission to let it go. And you'll feel this softening come over you. And you do enough of this, okay, and the new beliefs that you want to lay over that will be much easier for your mind to accept. All right. Now, moving on to installing some of the new beliefs. Oftentimes, as I talked about, the body doesn't lie and the mind doesn't buy what you're telling it. Okay, so your whole being goes, I don't believe we're thin and beautiful. We just don't. All right. So what I did is I looked in the mirror and I said, okay, I can't jump from worthless piece of garbage to thin, beautiful child of God. But once I released the need to continue punishing myself, okay, then I use statements like, again, looking in the mirror, I now choose more affirming beliefs. I now choose to believe that the things I want to have happen are possible. I now choose to believe there's a different way to live. Very soft, very general, but again, giving yourself permission to make different choices. I now choose to love myself a little more, okay? Louise Hay's big one that she likes is, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Now, that's a big jump for some people. That's a really big jump. It was for me. So I had to say softer, more, move into it a little at a time things like I now choose to treat myself better. I now choose to make friends with myself and my body. I now choose to make friends with food. Okay. I haven't jumped to, I all of a sudden believe all these things, but I am giving myself permission to make different choices. And that's often a really important bridge. Okay. Identify the belief, release the need for it, give yourself permission to choose differently. And then again, the new beliefs are much easier for your mind to accept.